Hello friends, in this video lecture we are going to discuss about human respiratory system. As we know, there is a variety of animals, variety of organisms, and they all have their own respiratory system on the basis of their habitat where they are living. So in previous video lecture we discussed about variety of animals from phylum Protozoa to Chordata, unicellular to multicellular, and we also discussed how they are capable to exchange their gaseous substance or how they involve in their breathing or respiratory activities. Like we discussed, there are few unicellular which participates with the help of their plasma membrane. There are few multicellular that also participates with their plasma membrane. There are a number of insects that respirate through their tracheae. We also discuss about respiration by skin as in case of aquatic organism. Also we discuss there is presence of lungs, there is presence of gills, there is presence of both gills. On that basis we discuss cutaneous respiration, that is respiration by skin, bronchial respiration, that is respiration by gills, pulmonary respiration, that is respiration by lungs. So same here in case of human beings, respiration occurs mainly by lungs. So if we discuss about human respiratory system, broadly we may categorize this one into two: respiratory tract and respiratory organ. So human respiratory system is composed by these two components. First, this is about respiratory tract. So these are the parts in respiratory tracts: nostrils, that also known as external layers, nasal chamber or nasal cavities, internal layers also known as conchae, pharynx, larynx also known as sound box or Adam's apple, then tracheae or windpipe, and finally primary bronchi, or we can use the word principal bronchi. These are the parts of respiratory tract. This is from here to here. And the last one is about respiratory organ, that is a pair of lungs, these also known as pulmons. So first about nostrils or external nares. So here these are a pair of opening just located above the upper lips, and these external openings are known as external layers or external nostrils. They open inside a cavity or chamber that is known as nasal chamber. So here this whole space, this is labeled by 2, is nasal chamber. This nasal chamber anteriorly here divided into 2, that is we can say there is a pair of chamber, and this division is with the help of septum, that is cartilaginous in nature. So here anteriorly there is a pair of septum, while on the posterior side there is no such type of partition. So posteriorly there is a single opening. What is the use of this nasal chamber or cavities? This nasal chamber or cavity is playing a very great role. This one is carrying a number of hair-like structures that helpful for filtration of air, a number of dust particles, pollen grains, coal particles which are moving along with the air. Also there is a number of microbes like bacteria, fungal spores, they all are getting filtered in this region by the nasal hair. This chamber is also very helpful for conditioning of air, means this also maintains the temperature of breathe in air. The air which we are intaking through nose or nostrils may be carrying very high temperature or very low temperature. Especially in extreme summer there may be high temperature, in extreme winter there may be very low temperature with respect to body. As we know, human body temperature is 36.9 degrees Celsius, roughly we can say 37 degrees Celsius. So if we take just very heated air, very hot air this may cause collapsing of alveoli. Alveoli are the structures which are present here inside the lungs. They are the functional site where actual gaseous exchange occurs in human respiratory system. Now these alveoli are very thin, and if the air which is taken in is very cold, very hot, they may responsible respectively for collapsing as well as freezing of alveoli. So alveoli will become non-functional, and this will also negative for the survival of particular human being. So this one is for also regulation of air which we are taking in. This makes the air temperature with respect to our body temperature. Here there is also a number of epithelial layers that will help also in smell sense. So olfactory epithelium is also here in this nasal chamber. There is also lysozyme secretion along with mucus. So this will also causes killing of microbial substances like bacteria and fungal spores. So this is of very great importance. Where this is located? So this one is located just at the top of mouth. Here if we discuss about this mouth, so there is a pair of lips, upper and lower, and the opening anteriorly is known as oral cavity or buccal cavity. Here the roof of buccal cavity, this portion is known as hard palate, while this posterior portion is known as soft palate. So just at the top of palate there is presence of nasal chamber or cavities. Now back side to this nasal chamber or cavity opens here. This region is known as nasopharynx. This region, this pointed region is nasopharynx. And what is nasopharynx? So this is internal opening of nose, that is internal nares, also known as conchae. So here internal nares or conchae open at this region, that is known as nasopharynx. We discuss here nasopharynx is a part of pharynx. So internal layers or conchae opens here just behind this structure. The structure which is given here is actually known as uvula. This is uvula or velum. Uvula or velum. So this uvula or velum is extension of soft palate. This we earlier discussed as hard palate, that is roof of mouth or roof of oral cavity. This posterior end is known as soft palate, and the terminal part of this soft palate is uvula or velum. There is also importance of this uvula or velum. We will discuss about that. So internal layers or conchae opens here in nasopharynx. After this the next part is pharynx. So pharynx, we earlier discussed about pharynx in digestive system. So when we discuss about chapter digestion and absorption, we already completed about this portion, but just for revision. So pharynx is this region. Here this whole circled region is pharynx, and pharynx is made by three parts. What are these three parts of pharynx? So towards nose, here we discuss, this is nasopharynx, this is nasopharynx. So in short, nasopharynx, the portion of pharynx which is very close here to mouth or buccal cavity or oral cavity known as oropharynx, and the part of pharynx which is very close here to larynx downside, this region, this is known as laryngopharynx. Laryngopharynx. So there are three parts of pharynx on the basis of their orientation, where they are oriented. Now what is unique about pharynx? So pharynx is a common passage what we are taken in through mouth, that is water and food, and what we taken in through nose, this is air. So pharynx is a common passage for food, water and air. And after this there are two openings. One that is for food, this is known as food pipe. So here this posterior opening is esophagus or food pipe, esophagus or food pipe, while this anterior one that is given here towards ventral side of the body or abdominal side of the body is trachea or windpipe. This is windpipe. Here in windpipe these are ring like structures that are made by cartilage. So we will also discuss about this. Now again back to the pharynx. So here we discuss pharynx is a common structure. This is common path for both food, water as well as air. So when food material entered through this is tongue here, this is tongue. When food material or water entered through this, at that time this velum or uvula just folded back, this pushed back because of the pressure of food or water, while here this structure is very important also. This structure is known as epiglottis. This structure is known as epiglottis. And what is the role and how this one is composed is also very important. So epiglottis is made by elastic cartilage. This is also cartilaginous and made by elastic cartilage. So epiglottis is a flap like structure and this is just over the glottis. This is just located at the surface of glottis. What is glottis here? So here you can see these 2 points. The first anterior one, this one is glottis, that is the opening of windpipe or trachea, while this posterior one is gullet, that is opening of food pipe or esophagus. So here this is glottis and this one is epiglottis that we discuss is made by elastic cartilage. Now we discuss when food or water enters through this, then this uvula or velum folded back and this causes closure of this internal layers or conchae. So here this internal layers or conchae at their nasopharynx region is getting closed, and here this one epiglottis, because of pressure of food or water, this causes closure of this glottis, At this time now there is a single opening, that is opening of food pipe. So food or water, this just move in the food pipe or esophagus. This process occurs only during swallowing or deglutition of food. What is swallowing or deglutition? So this is passage of food from mouth or oral cavity to pharynx and from pharynx to food pipe or esophagus. So when food passes from pharynx to esophagus, at that time this uvula or velum move back, causes closure of nasopharynx or closure of internal layers or conchae, while this epiglottis causes closure of this windpipe or trachea. That's why water food only enters through this food pipe. And during normal condition, when we are not swallowing food, when we are not drinking water and just degluting that water, at that time this shifted towards anterior side like this side, and this also lifted up. At that time air enters through this and just passes through this windpipe, and reaches into the lungs. So this is very important structure, pharynx. Here we discuss in pharynx towards nose nasopharynx, towards mouth oropharynx, and towards larynx laryngopharynx. Now the next structure is larynx. This larynx is also known as sound box, because this one is related with production of sound. This is also known as Adam's apple. So why Adam's apple? Adam term is for human male. Adam term is for human male, while Eve is for female. So this is given in Bible. Adam for male, the first human male that originated on earth, and first human female that originated or created by God on earth, that was Eve. So here this is about Adams. Now why this is apple? Because of swollen structure like apples. So if we discuss about larynx in human male and female, before puberty there is no change, or the changes are negligible. They both are appearing same. Here you can see this a very little swollen structure. So in neck region, this little swollen structure is larynx or sound box. So there is no difference before puberty in human male and female, but just after puberty in human male, this will become comparatively more developed, and this is because of male sex hormone testosterone. So in male this is more prominent or developed externally, that's why known as Adam's apple. When we discuss about larynx, sound box or Adam's apple, internally they are carrying vocal cords. Here there are two pairs of vocal cords. There are two pairs of vocal cords. Two pairs of vocal cords. Out of this two pair, one pair, the upper one pair is known as false vocal cord, while the lower one is known as true vocal cords. Why this is false and this is true? Because this not involved in producing sound, while this involved in sound production. That's why this is known as true vocal cords. In human male, the vocal cords are comparatively thicker and longer. So when there will be throwing of air from lungs to outside, then there will be a little vibrations in human male vocal cords, and that's why there will be low pitch voice in human male. With respect to this, in human females, these vocal cords are comparatively thin and short, and that's why there will be comparative more vibrations, and this is the reason why in case of female the voice is high pitch. Now, so after this larynx or sound box, further if we discuss about the structure, so this larynx or sound box internally composed by 9 cartilage. There are 9 cartilage. So this is very important. 9 cartilage. Larynx composed by 9 cartilage, and out of this 9 again there are 2 category. 3 cartilages are present in form of pair, while the remaining 3 cartilages are the unpaired one. This is 3, that is paired one, and this is 3, that is unpaired one. So 3 pair means 6, and plus 3 total there will be 9 cartilage. Thyroid cartilage here is the most largest one. Thyroid cartilage is the most largest one. After larynx, sound box or Adam's apple, the next one is trachea or windpipe. So this is here trachea or windpipe, and here over this trachea or windpipe, if we discuss about the length, not very important, but its length is nearly 11 to 12 centimeter, and this is here up to the mid of thoracic cavity. What is thoracic cavity? So this is the cavity which is formed or covered anteriorly by sternum. This bone is known as sternum bone or breastbone. Posterior, this is vertebral column or backbone, and lateral side, this is by ribs. 24 or 12 pairs of ribs. While here downside, this is again a muscular structure that is known as diaphragm. So this is a fully airtight chamber where lungs along with heart, here this is the site for heart, along with hearts they are located. So this is a airtight chamber, that is thoracic cavity. Below diaphragm the region is known as abdominal cavity. So here the next part is trachea or windpipe. This is for conduction of wind or air, that's why known as windpipe or trachea. This is carrying a number of cartilaginous C-shaped ring or incomplete ring-like structure that is made by hyaline cartilage. This is made by hyaline cartilage. So this is also very important. The cartilaginous capital C or incomplete ring shape structure is hyaline cartilage. The incompletion is towards food pipe. Their incompletion is towards food pipe. Like if we see here from the front side, here this one is complete, but here if we see from the top, so this is here at this region they are incomplete, while here throughout all the region they are complete. So what is the role of this cartilaginous, hyaline cartilaginous C-shaped ring-like structure? So they are just for prevention of collapsing of this windpipe when there is no breathing or when there is no inspiration or expiration of air. So they may collapse, that's why to stop or to prevent this collapsing nature of windpipe when there is no gaseous exchange, there is presence of cartilaginous ring. This cartilaginous rings also helps in easy passage of food through food pipe because of their incompletion towards this side. So in food pipe there is a peristaltic movement, that is wave like movement here like this. So at some places where food is there, suppose at this side food is there, so food pipe is getting swollen. So anteriorly food pipe here we discuss is just anterior side, this is windpipe, and posterior side here this is backbone or vertebral column. This is cervical vertebrae of neck which is present here. So there is no space towards posterior side, and anterior side already this is cartilaginous ring, but incompletion of this ring towards food pipe makes them helpful for easy passage of food up to stomach. So if we discuss here about this food pipe continues here, and just by making a hole or pore in this diaphragm, this reaches up to stomach. So that portion is already covered in digestion and absorption chapter. Here we are discussing about respiratory system. So this is cartilaginous C-shaped ring-like structure that is present in trachea or windpipe. Now the last one is primary bronchi, that is the part of respiratory tract. So here this trachea bifurcated into two, and each tube-like structure enters into their respective site of lung. So here this is right lung and this one is left lung, right lung and left lung. So this trachea bifurcated at this region, bifurcated or divided into two at this region, and this is just before, this region is just before T5. What is T5 here? So this is fifth thoracic vertebrae of our vertebral column. In vertebral column, in neck region there is cervical vertebrae, thorax region thoracic vertebrae, abdominal side this is lumbar vertebrae, more downside this is sacral, and the last that is known as tail vertebrae, coccygeal or caudal vertebrae. So this is T5 means first thoracic vertebrae, fifth thoracic vertebrae. So before fifth thoracic vertebrae, this trachea or windpipe divided into two primary or principal bronchi. This primary or principal bronchi enters into their respective sites of lung, and here inside these lungs there will be further division of this bronchi into secondary, tertiary, terminal, primary and respiratory bronchioles. So all these divisions we will discuss here in the lungs or pulmons, that is the respiratory organ. So we will cover this in the next coming lecture. Thanks for watching. Stay connected, stay tuned for more new coming videos, and if you like this, then please also share and comment if there is any suggestion.